Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Stories of Yonko back here with another video, finally. And I know y'all been waiting for me to upload, and I appreciate y'all for waiting. I'm a busy person. I'm working 9 to 5 just like y'all. You know, I got an upcoming wedding for my friend. You know, I'm trying to buy a motorcycle. You know, it's a lot of shit going on. But I'm back. And I'm just going to be busy trying to get things done. You know, by the 9th of next month, I should be good. And I'll be uploading consistently. But let's talk about Dillon Brooks. All right. Now, Dillon Brooks is one of these characters in the NBA that has been made into a character, right? Dillon Brooks has always been one of those type players where he has tenacity. You know, he's very competitive. And he's been that way for a long time, you know, because I've watched the Memphis Grizzlies. But it's funny how some of these players don't become quote unquote villains until they bump heads with media darlings, such as LeBron James. And Dillon Brooks, he's just a competitive player. He's a good role player. You know, did Memphis make him the scapegoat? Absolutely. He talked about that. And look at Memphis now. Look at Memphis now. No John Morant, no Brooks, and they're trash. You know, shout out to my boy Desmond Bain. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, certain players don't become villains, don't become disliked until the media tells people not to like that player, right? Such as a Russell Westbrook, such as a Kyrie Irving, such as a Dillon Brooks. And you want to know the one thing all those players have in common. They went against the king, LeBron James, right? And the love media kills those players because of it, right? Dillon Brooks being competitive, right? Russell Westbrook just being his teammate. Kyrie Irving being the only all-star teammate in LeBron James' career to want to leave him. And we don't get to ever mention how Russell Westbrook is playing good on the Clippers. We don't get to mention that, like, at all. We don't get to mention how Kyrie Irving has been 50, 40, 90 for the last couple of years. And he's been amazing. We don't get to mention how Dillon Brooks is actually playing good in Houston. No, we only bring up, oh, Kyrie never did anything without LeBron. Russell Westbrook, oh, Dillon Brooks, he's trash. And Rui Hachimura said something after the Lakers played, like, Houston the other night. And he said something that was just crazy. He said, man, I don't know with Dillon Brooks. He talking about, you know, whatever he's saying, LeBron James, he ain't listening. You know, I guess he just wants to be part of LeBron James' legacy. So you tell me Dillon Brooks grew up in Canada, busted his tail to get to the NBA just to be part of LeBron James' legacy. What type of glazing is that? I'm talking about on your knees, taking a load to the face with a smile. That is crazy, bruh. Like, and that's the narrative that a lot of people run with. People then start disliking Dillon Brooks. Sure, you had certain Memphis fans that didn't like him, but the vast majority of them liked him, right? But you didn't have all these people hating Dillon Brooks like he's, bro, he's playing in crypto. And you hear boo. These people don't got a reason to hate Dillon Brooks. The media said hate Dillon Brooks, and all of a sudden they hate Dillon Brooks. These people don't actually have an opinion about Dillon Brooks. These people haven't watched Dillon Brooks play. They don't know anything about Dillon Brooks. They're just simple fact that, oh, Dillon Brooks is this. Like, people get every single thing that they digest about the game from the media. And the media plays favorites. So if the media is playing favorites, what do you think the fans are going to do? Dillon Brooks is not a terrible player. He's a good role player. He's actually a very notable role player. He's in that Marcus Smart class. But because Marcus Smart, we like him, we don't talk about how this nigga getting exposed over there in Memphis as a fake ass DPOY. How he's not the leader that people thought he was. Like, you feel me? Right? Right. But we don't talk about that because we like Marcus Smart, right? But meanwhile, Dillon Brooks has changed the culture over there on Houston with Ime Udoka, and the Rockets are actually good this year. We don't talk about that. But no, Dillon Brooks went against our king, so therefore he's a terrible player. He can't play even though he's shooting the lights out, even though he played his ass off in that game against the Lakers. And people didn't talk about, and Rui, they didn't have all this bravado when they was getting blown out by 30 just a week ago. But now, since they barely beat them by 1 point, might I add 1 point, now all of a sudden, yeah, I don't know what Dillon Brooks doing. He just wants to be part of LeBron James' legacy. Oh, he wants to be in the documentary so bad. Bro, I'm so ready for LeBron James to retire. Oh, my Lord. But listen, man. We got to stop making certain people villains just because they choose to not bow down to LeBron or whatever player the media has a love affair with. These are good players. These guys got bills to pay. They got kids. They got careers. These guys made it to the league. They are the best in the world. They are not there just to be underneath LeBron. They're not there just to be underneath KD, whoever you want to name. These guys are actual stars. Well, not stars, but these guys are actually star role players. They're notable names. They get paid the big bucks because they do great things. Dillon Brooks is one of the best defenders in the league. He's one of the leaders in three-point percentage. He's literally gotten better this season. He was only shooting, 34 last season? And it's like, he's playing better now in Houston. But nobody talks about it. Because he went against the king, right? Come on, bro. Y'all got to stop this, man. Digest the game. Watch these players. Form your opinions about certain players by watching them play. Stop just forming just because, they went against a player that you liked. And they're not even going against that player in terms of really beefing with them. I'm talking about, it's just basketball. These guys are competing. It's like if you're not allowed to compete with LeBron James. You have to be scared. You have to be intimidated. You have to have fear, right? Like you have to bow down before the king. Can y'all stop this shit? Not everybody praises LeBron James. Not everybody is ready to take a huge load on the face and get it rubbed on their tongue by LeBron James. Not everybody has knee pads. You feel me? Some of these players are competitive. Some of these players actually want to win. Some of these players actually want to beat him. And that's how it should be. That's the mentality. That's how I know a lot of y'all get exposed. Y'all say the NBA soft, this and all that. But when you actually have players that are out here showing the mentality of the old school, the quote unquote old school, y'all hate on them. So that's all I got to say. Dillon Brooks, keep doing what you're doing. Everybody who's a Dillon Brooks fan, I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I support him in what he does. Shout out to what he does. Shout out to him playing good in Houston, changing the culture over there. I like the dances that he does. Like, it's very, very, very cool. And he's teaching those young guys something, man. And y'all can keep hating. Y'all can keep listening to the media. But this guy, he's going to be in the league for a while. So get used to it, man. Peace.